Well, hi there everyone, FarmSim Gamer here. Welcome back to the channel and to my new series and map build challenge based in Indiana, where I hope to take Western Wilds and convert it into this real block of land that's based in Hamilton County. So just to get your bearings, we are north of Indianapolis, about a few kilometres west of a place called Arcadia, which is in Jackson Township in Hamilton County. Now, I spent quite a lot of time sort of hunting around for a piece of land that I thought would be appropriate, and I kind of identified this piece here. Now, as you can see by the roads, it's based on a bit of a grid system, but it did seem to work quite well with Western Wilds, and I'll give you a bit of an overview as to why I selected it. So here you can see the two maps side by side. So we've got Western Wilds over on the left hand side, and we've got the block of land that I have selected from Hamilton County over on the right hand side. Firstly, I guess Hamilton County has kind of got these grid systems in terms of the roads, which sort of corresponds a bit to Western Wilds, although the roads in Western Wilds are slightly kind of offset, so they're not running bang smack in the middle, north to south or east to west. So we'll need to make a little bit of an adaptation from that point of view. But there are a few kind of key things that did seem to sort of marry up a little bit. So firstly, on Western Wilds, we've obviously got quite a kind of a major hub of production facilities that are up in the northern part of the map, just at the top of sort of plot 5 there. And in the block of land that I've selected from Hamilton County, there is this kind of grain store area that's also up in that sort of top section, just slightly off to the left-hand side of centre. So that seemed to kind of marry up as well. We've also got a farm that's kind of in the middle, just by the crossroads as well, which sort of matched the position of the kind of block of land that's sort of identified as being the farm on Western Wilds. Over on the far east side, there's this sort of energy substation that sort of marries up a little bit with where the BGA is on Western Wilds. And then there's sort of a farm that's kind of down in the south in the middle as well. So there are a number of things that sort of seem to sort of correspond. Now, it did take me quite a long time to hunt for a good piece of land. Sort of originally I started looking sort of in Pennsylvania. I really liked Bucks County when I was playing FS19, and I tried to find something there, but ended up sort of kind of going further west, ended up in Indiana, and I kind of found this block of land that's north of Indianapolis. So my challenge here is to be able to convert Western Wilds into this block of land. Now, as far as scale is concerned, the block of land that I have selected, based on the scale, I think worked out at about 3¼ kilometres square. Obviously, a standard map in FS22 is 2 kilometres square, so I'm going to have to sort of scale things down a little bit in terms of the field sizes. But you can kind of see how potentially I can kind of match it up. So there's going to be quite a lot of work that I'll need to do on Western Wilds in terms of sort of preparing the map so it's kind of ready. I'm going to sort of change the road structure a little bit. I'm going to get rid of all the trees, probably get rid of all the telegraph poles and the rocks and everything as well, so I can kind of create a bit of a clean sheet that will enable me then to start mapping out the plots of land, start identifying where sort of houses will go. The beauty about Google Maps, of course, is that you can kind of go down to Street View and have a good look around. So I've got some good material that I'll be able to use to kind of follow not only the plan and the layout of the block of land, but also the style of farms and houses and all that sort of thing as well. So that's the challenge. Hopefully you'll join me on the journey, and you can probably judge me on my success when I get to the end. Okay, so here we are at our start point in Western Wilds, up just beside the shop and the workshop. Just to start off with, there's a number of things that I'm going to have to sort of do fairly quickly, just to be able to sort of start preparing the map and getting it the way that I want it. Now, as I'm sure quite a few of you know, there are a number of signposts on here that enable you to remove all the rocks, remove all the trees. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of all of those. So I need to go to the shop. I need to get myself a chainsaw. And I'm going to then get rid of these two posts here, so I'm going to permanently remove the trees and I'm going to get rid of the rocks as well. Let me just go and cut these down. So that's the trees gone, and then we'll also get rid of the rocks as well. So there we go. So that's those done, and then there's a few other things as well that I need to do in addition to that. Just back up here where that substation is, that's just outside the animal dealership. I just need to go and find that. That's up here as well. If I go to this one, this has got another post next to it as well. That enables me to remove all the power lines, so I'm going to do that as well. So we'll take this one out. Let's go and stop that noise as well. Get that done. So as you can see, we're now kind of fairly plain up here. Now it will be my intention to sort of replace quite a few trees around here as at some point in the future, but I just need to kind of get rid of most things just to sort of start things off. Now I'm just going to jump up in the air, and we'll just go and have another quick kind of look at what we need to do. Now I want to even up the roads as well, so one of the key things that I need to do is sort of kind of map some of these roads here. I need to get rid of the starting farm that's over there. I'm going to reprofile this road so it goes along the top edge, and you may remember in the map that there was another sort of small road that went sort of from the middle up kind of on this side of the map. I need to landscape and even out all of these kind of little pit areas here. This section here I need to even out all of that as well, and I'm going to get rid of all of the washout towers that were obviously in some of the woodland areas. Now we can see the farm area that's here in the middle. There's a few things that I need to do here as well, so I'm just going to drop down here because there's some other posts here that we need to cut down as well at the same time, so I can kind of really free up all of this area. So my plan is all of everything that's kind of in this central section here where the farm buildings are, I'm going to clear this completely. So again, I'll just cut these posts down. That gets rid of the power lines that are inside this farm perimeter area. I'm going to get rid of all the loose scrap, and then I'm also going to get rid of the trees that are here as well. I'll tidy these posts up in a little while. Now the next thing I need to do really is I need to add in some money into the game, because I'm going to have to do quite a lot of landscaping, and that generally speaking can cost quite a bit of money. So I'm going to let me see, I'm just going to throw a chunk of money into here, so that I've got plenty to buy the land that I need, because I can't do anything in terms of landscaping unless I own the actual land itself. And in order to get rid of these buildings as well, I need to be able to purchase the land. So first things first, I'll go up to the map. And I'll start buying a whole kind of block of land. I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to buy everything that's in the northern part of the map, and then I'll buy the blocks that I need to that cover the roads, because I'm going to have to sort of landscape those out. So this bit that's sort of central here, and I think that pretty much is going to cover everything. So that's what I'm going to do very quickly to start with. I'm just going to start buying all of these blocks of land right the way throughout, so I'll just do that quickly and then I'll come back once I'm done. Okay, so that's all the land purchased. So that basically covers all of the roads and all of the areas that I'm going to need to do a bit of landscaping. And I kind of completed and bought the central strip in the northern part of the map, because that's really where I'm going to start sort of developing the map for Hamilton County. So the next thing I need to do is start getting rid of some of these buildings. So I need to go into the construction side of things, and I can then start selling off these buildings that I don't need anymore. I'll come back and sort those posts out. Got this one as well that I need to get rid of. and then there's the sheep buildings as well. So all of these I'm going to get rid of. Now this does cost you money to get rid of these. You don't make any money from selling them, so you need to kind of be sort of mindful of that. And I've obviously put quite a chunk of money into my bank balance, because this is not really a financial or a monetary challenge. This is all about building the map. So consider it to be sort of a local government subsidy in order to be able to kind of do that. So I'll carry on getting rid of these in a little while as well. And then the other thing that I need to do is I need to start demolishing the fence as well. So if you haven't done this, normally if you bring your controls up, you can see by pressing the left hand mouse button I can remove the fence here. If you haven't done this before, it's pretty simple. Just hold your mouse button down and you can start getting rid of the fence. So I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to completely clear this block of land. I'll landscape over it, so it kind of just looks like a bit of grass really. So the whole lot I'm going to get rid of, the power station, the house, every single kind of bit here, so it's just a plain piece of land. Now the other thing I need to do as well is I just need to go down to where the edge of the stream is, which is kind of right down there over that far side. So I'll quickly zoom across the map. There's another post down here which enables you to turn off the kind of water that's in the stream here. You can see that one just down there, so I'll pop down here and I'm going to get rid of that as well. Oops. Slow up a little bit. Ooh, I've backed onto the post. There we go. Right, so I'll get rid of this one as well. And as you can see, that gets rid of the water in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to landscape this so that it all kind of becomes completely level right the way down. Now, if you haven't done that before, in fact, actually, the first thing I need to do is get rid of this bridge. And there's another one in the middle. Again, I can just get rid of that. Now, if you haven't done too much kind of landscaping, I'm going to pick the leveling section here. And the easiest way to do this, I'll just turn my cursor into square. I'm going to increase that in terms of size. And then if you work from an area that's sort of level off to one side and start to sort of come over onto a block of land, then you can see here that it starts to kind of level it out. In fact, I'll make sure that I'm on the strongest kind of power. And then once you've kind of done that one simple section, you can then start to literally just kind of scroll all the way along the actual sort of ditch here, or the waterway, and just kind of expand this all the way up so it just goes completely flat. So I'll see if I can just demonstrate that sort of quickly here. So hopefully if I just keep going along here, it'll gradually just fairly quickly just level all of that out, and that's because I'm already going from a raised piece of land to level the rest of this out. And hopefully you can see, if we go down, you can see that that ditch, that waterway, has started to fill in. So I'm going to complete this all the way along, because this stream is actually going to be my main road that's going to run from east to west. So you can see that's all started to level off nicely, so I need to complete that all the way along, right the way over to the eastern side to make sure that that ditch is completely flat. Then I'm also going to get rid of, or paint over with grass texture or something, the existing roads. So I'm going to do this one here that currently kind of runs from the main central kind of farm through to what's over on the western side, and then I'm going to get rid of the ones that also sort of run north to south as well on both sides of the ditch. So I need to kind of change those, because I need to get a central crossroad so that I can kind of match that up with the Hamilton County block of land that we've got. So that track and road that's going to go up there, this one that's going to go off down the side here. So all of this farm area I'm going to kind of get rid of completely and just level all this out, landscape it over with a bit of grass or paint it over. Going to get rid of this bridge down here as well. Get rid of this track and this road that goes down through to the southern part of the map, and this one here as well. So I've got quite a lot of work to do. I'm not going to record all of this because it'll probably be take me a little bit of time to do it, and it won't be the most interesting thing probably to watch. So I'm going to get on with all of that, and I'll come back once I've completed all the work, and then I'll show you what we got left. Okay, so that's everything completed now, so I'll just give you a quick update on what I've done. Now, I will start replacing some of the trees that we lost around here. It's a bit of a shame that it kind of takes pretty much everything away apart from around the perimeter. So this does look a little bit open and bare, but we'll just have a quick wander off over here. So I've slightly redone the road that goes off up to the top here, and I've kind of just created something that goes along the top. That's mainly so that I can access fields at the top here when I need to. And if I just zoom along here as well, I've also then added a road that goes back down to the middle section just down there as well. So these are a couple of fields that you get sort of from a starting point of view, but I will obviously cultivate all of those in at some point when I'm sort of creating the new field layout, which is obviously going to take me a little bit of time. And as you can see, we're now pretty much kind of just a fairly blank canvas in terms of sort of an open map. I have adjusted the main roads as well, so I've kind of put a different road in here. You can see the other one that I took out that sort of was a bit further over to the other side of the map, so I've just sort of landscaped or painted over the top of that with a bit of grass, and I've added in this this top road here. Now, the one thing that you do need to be aware of is that the AI drivers would have used the original road network, so having got rid of that, I'm not really going to be able to utilise the standard AI work, but as the map develops, I might look at doing an auto drive network at some point in the future. So here's my road, not quite straight as you can see, but it's good enough. Now, all of this here, this was the original block of land where the farm kind of farmyard was. So this was the original road that went down the side. We've got rid of that one. I've got rid of the road that went all the way down beside the stream there, and my main road that runs east to west, that used to be the stream, and I've now kind of completely filled that in. So that's my main road that now goes across from one side to the other. You can see that I have got rid of this road here that originally went over to the BGA so that I can plough that up and create fields out of it. And the original road that kind of ran down to the southern part of the map, you can see that I've already filled that in as well, and that will become fields at some point. And the one that went over to the west side of the map, I've also done that as well. So I've now really got a sort of a central crossroads, a north and a south road, an east and a west road, plus the additional one that I put in over here as well. So that's kind of the main structure in terms of roads for the map. And then just over here as well, I did put trees back on this raised section around the lake just to kind of make that feel a little bit better. And this piece down here kind of remains untouched, as does the sort of BGA area and the section that's sort of down in the middle in the south as well. So I've kind of left all of those as they are. I did go around and collect all the golden nuggets, I think, apart from one of them, which I didn't seem to be able to kind of get hold of. But there we go. As you can see, very open plan now, which is going to enable me to start kind of copying the field layout and the houses and the farmyards and all that sort of stuff from Hamilton County. So my first task, I think now, is probably going to be creating a little start farm, which is going to be back kind of on this block here. It's not particularly big, but I'll show you a little picture of it from kind of a street view, so you've got an idea of what I can start planning out. And now that we own all of the land as well that's in this northern half of the map, I will start sort of laying out the fields as best as I can, and then start adding back in sort of little woodland areas and things like that as well. So this is the central section, part of the map. You can see the crossroads there, and we've got this little kind of farmyard that's just off onto the right-hand side. So I'm going to start on the northern kind of part of the map, and the fields that are sort of either side of the central road. I'm going to create a little farmyard for myself, and then we'll start developing things from there. And this is just a little street side view, so you can see the farm here. It's pretty small. There's just a single grain bin there, single machine shed, and there's a house tucked away in the trees there as well. And if we just have a little look round to the side, you can see that the land area is sort of fairly flat, some gentle undulations, field of corn growing here as well, but generally speaking, kind of pretty flat land. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start doing is just building that little farmyard, and putting the house in place, and a few trees and things like that, and then I'll build the first field around it. Now, there's going to be a little bit of guesswork here because I kind of haven't got a sort of a grid as such, and when I go back to the actual map, I very much doubt things are going to change on here very much until I start maybe sort of ploughing the ground up. So there's going to be a little bit of sort of guesswork really in terms of where I place things. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how accurate I can get things. So I'm going to go to construction. I think the first thing I'll do is put the shed in place. Now I have got some American farm buildings in here, but I couldn't find anything that looked quite like the red sort of machine shed. I've got some things in here from modding wells as well, but I think the only thing that I could find that was sort of fairly similar was this red shed here, but that's actually an English shed pack. But I think that will probably kind of be okay. If anybody out there has got any good sort of suggestions on mods, or where I could get some good American kind of mods from, then drop a comment down below, and I'll try and sort of pick up on that. But any suggestions, particularly if any of you over in the States might live in and around this area in Indiana, then it'd be great to hear from you, and maybe some recommendations and suggestions. So I'm going to place the machine shed first. I'm going to put that there, and then I'll go and get myself a little silo. I kind of quite liked this one because it was quite small, not quite the same as the one that's in the picture, but it was kind of quite small, and there's a little bit of storage kind of next to it. So I think I might just go for this one. And then I'll do a little bit of landscaping, just to kind of put the entrance in. So let's just see, maybe do a little bit of kind of a gravel texture that's a little bit different to the road. See what this one looks like. Just change to around, just increase that in size a little bit. Yeah, I think that will probably do. So we'll just increase that, and I'll have that go up to the shed. Do a little bit round the back. I think probably park some sort of other bits of equipment kind of on the side there. Just go up and round the back of the shed, I think, as well. And I might put possibly put a little shed out the back here as well, maybe. But we'll see how we kind of get on. There we go. I think that will probably do for the time being. And then I'm going to put a farmhouse as well. And again, I've got some American sort of buildings here. So I think, let's see how big that one is. What other options have I got? I think that first one that I selected is probably quite appropriate. I'll maybe go and stick that just kind of in here off to one side. There we go. Just make sure that I'm on the right level with the roadside. Just turn that back here, and I'll stick that probably maybe in there. There we go. Okay, so that's the farm sort of started. I've got the silo in, I've got a shed in. I did realise as well that when I went back and had a look in a little bit more detail at the farm, it's a bit hard to see because you can only see so much from the road, that there was another shed sort of out the back here. I've also just sort of drawn in with just a darker grass painted texture the little creek that kind of runs off at an angle up there. I've only done a little bit of it, just enough to sort of mark out the northern border of the field. So this thing I need to do now is go and buy my first tractor and get a cultivator, and then I can start marking out this field and getting this this first field behind the house cultivated. So let's have a little look. Tractors. Now I did go online as well and go and have a look at second-hand agricultural machinery kind of in the Indiana area, and as you probably imagine or expect, there was a lot of John Deere stuff, and I think I'm going to probably pick something that's got reasonable horsepower. I kind of like the idea of something that's a little bit kind of older, from the sort of I guess mid-90s, something like that. So I think I'm probably going to just get this 4755. I know it's a standard in-game one, but it's kind of still a reasonable price, not too expensive, and it's also got a reasonable amount of horsepower at 190. Don't think I probably need to do too much in terms of changing this, so I will buy this, and then I also need to find myself a fairly simple cultivator as well. I think won't bother ploughing at the moment. I might need to do that in the future, but I think I'll just find something that's got a reasonable width to it. Probably a simple sort of 3-point hitch cultivator as well. I might just go for this fairly simple lizard. It's got nearly 8 meters width, 190 horsepower, so we're kind of bang on the maximum limit that we need. And I think I'll just match, sorry, I should say, the John Deere colours. There we go, that should be good. I will buy that as well, and better get a front weight probably for the tractor. So I'll just get a simple John Deere weight as well. I think that should be good. So there we go, first pieces of equipment. I'll nip up the shop and I'll go and get those, and we'll come down and start doing this field. Okay, so I'm down in the field. I'm in the corner by the crossroads. So we'll drop this in, leave myself a little bit of a grass margin around the side, and we'll get on cultivating this first field. So we've obviously done quite a lot, cleared the land, cleared the map, and sort of created the farm, and now just getting on with our first field. So we'll obviously want to try and make money as we go, but I might think about possibly putting in a bit of a government subsidy maybe, just to kind of help with some of the development, particularly as we'll need to be placing quite a lot of trees and doing some sort of further landscaping. Our first drive down the road and it was a little bit bumpy, so we might need to kind of just do a few few additional bits of sort of landscaping and flattening out maybe, and smoothing off and that sort of thing. So you can see here what I've done, just over on the left hand side here, sort of there's a bit of a creek that kind of runs just sort of north of the farm, and goes up. I sort of haven't taken it all the way along, but I think it goes right the way kind of across over to the east sort of side of the map. So I'll have to continue that at some point, and there'll be a much bigger sort of clump of trees as you go a bit sort of further up to the east side, so I'll have to sort of start putting those in as well. But my aim today really is just to get this first field cultivated, and then potentially the one that's going to be sort of just over the other side of this creek as well. So we've got our first little kind of block of land that we can start putting a crop in and potentially earning a little bit of money. So that's our plan, and I think probably going to draw this opening episode to a close kind of fairly soon, and then we can crack on with a little bit more farming, a little bit more planning next time round. So that's our first field all finished now, and as you can see, I've also put a tree line in along the creek up at the top of the field there, so that's kind of completed as well. That'll kind of extend a little bit further over to the side and into a bit of a woodland area as well at some point. And then we've also done a few extra things around the farm. We've added some more trees in around the farmhouse itself and just kind of polished things up a little bit, just to kind of finish things off. So pleased with our progress today. We obviously prepared the map ready for doing Hamilton County in Indiana. We have created our farm. We've kind of cultivated out our first field. That'll be ready to put a crop in the ground next time round. So pretty pleased with what we've done today. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and hopefully you'll join me next time to see how we can develop the map even further. So thanks very much for watching. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, stay safe, take care, and I will catch you on the farm next time. Bye for now.